Happy Hamloween! It's me, your friendly neighborhood hamdad, and my beautiful, perfect son, Skelmo. Damn, I had a big month. A lot went well. I successfully Indiegogo'd, if that's a verb, my book, my first Trad Pub physical book that you can go out and buy a copy of, or at least you will be able to if you pledge to the Indiegogo. If not, it's going to be a while before a second run is going to happen. But final funding for that was $4,034. We met two of the most important stretch goals to me, which was number one, to make them all hardcover, and number two, to give them all dust jackets. My headlights died. Of course, you can't get away with driving without headlights and just your high beams on for very long. I've read about that. So I went out and replaced them. I tried to buy replacements for cheap off of Amazon, but was told by the mechanic that they would not fit. My car is a little bit odd. It's got these little watertight cans with screw-on lids that keep water out of the headlight compartment, and not just any HID module will fit in there. So I had to spend $250 at an HID specialist. Everywhere else said that because of the logistics chain issues, if they had to order HID that would fit my car, it was going to take 6 weeks. So I bit the bullet, and now I have headlights that work. That's good. It set me back in funding, though, significantly. I still bought some Hampshire components this month because I didn't want to disappoint you guys, but that put me pretty firmly in the red. I've been spending out of my tax money to eat as the end of the month approached, which is never really financially a wise move. My cat gave birth. I know all you guys love All Ball. Come here. Come here, Gremlin. Oh, Jesus. You're a mama now. I don't know, after buying those headlights, how I'm going to afford to put the kittens through college. They're so adorable. They're just like squirmy little poops. Just like little pod larvae. Come here and say hi to the viewers. She'll tolerate this for about a minute. Little baby Yoda. It was the weirdest thing. I mean, I chose the wrong day to eat special paper, and I was sort of tripping out of my mind, and she comes up and lays next to me on the bed and starts purring. And I already knew she was very, very pregnant because when I would pet her fat belly, I could feel little feet kicking from the inside. So I knew she was far along. It doesn't take cats long to their gestation cycle. It's not. I thought it'd be closer to what humans go through, but no, it's very fast. And she started purring and licking my hair like she does when I shampoo it, and just sort of stretching out, and then she started to rhythmically spasm, and she ran off to parts unknown. I hunted for hours. She wouldn't listen to me. I could hear her but not find her because she had gotten inside of a storage bin underneath the bed somehow. There's no hole in it. I don't know how she did that, but I could hear when the babies were born because I heard them meowing, the little mews. It's the cutest fucking thing in the world, baby kitten ASMR, which is what I've listened to every night going to bed since then. They've grown really quickly though. Have a look. Oh, little poops. They were just little squirmy worms the other day. These little rats. Oh, okay. Visitation time is over. Kitten update. They've gotten so much bigger in such a short time. It's unbelievable. They still kind of look like little hairy potatoes. They don't do a lot. They just kind of make squeeing noises and huddle up in a pile. That's a good mama. Go let them suckle on your giant, disgusting, engorged cat nipples. Final kitten update for this video. God damn, they're big. They grow faster than the xenomorph. There's their good mama All Ball. Doing her thing. Little fellows, how I love you, little fellows. You are tiny, you are hairy, and just a little scary. Besides dealing with that, I've been undergoing a several-month process of getting my health care to cover the tooth procedure that I need, which entails going to get it examined by one dentist and then waiting a month before I can go and get a different examination done by a different dentist, and then waiting a month to go do a different examination and until something finally happens. I changed my mind once about the type of procedure I wanted done, and that required starting the whole process over again, during which time I was in the worst pain of my life for about 2 weeks until the pulp inside my tooth died completely. That I never want to repeat that again. I found out why they try to space appointments out by about a month, though. If they get you to sign something that has a price quote on it, that quote is only good for about 30 days. I found that out when I was quoted a new price, significantly higher by about $440. I said, "Wait a minute, this is not what you quoted me last time." And they say, if you are quoted a price and you sign it, then that's only good for 30 days. And I say, but this time I complained about how long things were taking, and you moved the appointment up. So it has been, in fact, less than 30 days. And if you check that in your computer, I pushed them to do it. And they looked in their computer and found that, yes, indeed, they had moved the appointment up, so it was less than 30 days this time. So I'm going to be able to hold them to that original price, which is important because I'm kind of hurting for cash right now. The Patreon is just been sagging and sagging. I don't like to complain about that. I don't want to become one of these e-beggars, which seems like that's all there is on the site these days. You'll never catch me doing Raid Shadow Legends anyways. And if I do Raid Shadow Legends, then I want to see parody videos quoting this one with a clip of me saying I'll never do it, juxtaposed against me shilling Raid Shadow Legends, because I would get a good laugh out of that. All of that has been working against me financially in terms of my time and energy, having to promote the book. Having a publisher that's just as invested in the success of the book as I am is a new one on me, and they're always leaning on me, bless them, to do my own promotion, to advertise the Indiegogo, to advertise the book to my followers, and I've been doing that. They give me a sort of almost like a press packet with all these these fancy looking graphics that I've been able to use to promote it. This is all totally a new experience for me. This will be the first time I've published anything. On top of all that, like I said, despite having to spend way more than I budgeted for, I didn't want to do nothing this month, so I bought replacement components to build an entirely new right-hand module, and I probably will ultimately replace the left-hand module too, because I've discovered I've made certain critical methodological errors in constructing it, namely using bolts and nuts made out of metals that can rust and tightening them too much between the habitat shell and the ballast pods, which causes micro fissures which allow water ingress. So I bought the habitat shell replacement, I bought a gate valve replacement, I bought ballast pod replacements, I bought stainless steel nuts and bolts, I bought drill bits. Of all of those things, the only two that have arrived so far are the habitat shell and the gate valve. Everything else is just kind of lost in the mail somewhere because I had the poor timing to order all of this when the logistics chain was in the process of collapsing. So that's why not a lot is going to get done this year. Also, if you couldn't tell, I didn't need to dress up for Halloween, as this is just ordinary apparel for me. Even my stuff that I daily wear outside, like my heated pants and heated jacket and these glasses and the hat, is kind of a costume. And I hope you're not disappointed. I would hate to disappoint you. I know you guys look forward to these videos, and I wanted to have more for you. I always want to have something substantial every month. But this month, man, it was a perfect storm of bullshit. Just everything working against me. I still bought the parts. I still have some of them in hand. I can do a little bit of planning and measuring and things. I don't think I can get it done this video, though. That will have to wait for next month or whenever the fucking shit that I ordered finally arrives. Here's what arrived. I'm not sure why this is all I got. Maybe the rest of the stuff is still coming in the mail. Hopefully as the logistics chain issues get sorted out, some of those things that were lost in transit will make their way to me. This isn't really enough to proceed with this month. I hate to let you guys down. I really tried. It is forward movement, though. Before long, we will have a new habitat built out of this shell. I'm thinking of trying just epoxy for adhering the ballast pods on to prevent the cracking issue in the future. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Either next month or the one after, depending on when those items arrive. Okay, I've got the gate valve apart. will not be needing this. I'm going to save the O-ring since that is what is going to sit up against the hole when I drill a hole using a hole saw in the habitat shell. I'm going to need to replace these. These will be placeholders just so I can hold the valve in place while I'm drilling the additional holes, because I need it to be very accurate so that I line everything up right. I don't really have a lot of margin for error here, because the seal has to sit right up against the lip of the hole, and if it doesn't, it's not going to make a watertight seal. So it's always dicey when I do this. Now I'm not really sure how I'm going to mount this, because there's this little protrusion here that this rests up nicely against, and this lip here around this part catches on the edge of the container, so I can really easily pin it in the X and Y position and then hold it with one hand while I'm drilling if I position it all the way up like this. Problem is the other ones aren't done that way. I don't know why. I thought maybe this would be too tall for the hamster to get into. It's not. I positioned them a little ways down like that. And that makes it way harder to get everything lined up perfectly, and kind of a crapshoot. And I've ruined a habitat shell that way before. And if you fuck this up, you basically do have to throw the whole thing out. So I'm thinking I'm going to do it this way. Since I plan to replace the other module in the near term anyhow, since it was built using the same methodology as the module that leaked, so I expect it to leak eventually. And the price I'm going to pay for that is that it'll be a little bit misaligned, and the habitats may sit a little bit strangely in the aquarium. But I think that's the price that I can live with. Just as a quick aside, in case you're wondering where that light's coming from, I've got a system I don't talk about much on this channel. I guess I should. It's kind of neat in its own right. I've got one of these metal wire shelving units. It's sort of painted black everywhere. So these hooks, these black metal hooks, work really well with it. They can hang from any of the different levels, and you can hang your VR controllers on it. You can hang game pads. You can hang your headphones. I got my headphones over there. It hangs from here when I'm not using it, and it plugs into a USB cable that's zip tied along the structure. There's also a type of light. I don't know. I don't remember who makes it, but it's USB powered. It's adjustable. It happens to have a backing that I can zip tie using black zip ties, so everything matches very nicely. Right to the structure itself. Position it anywhere. It's very nice. It matches everything. And then I zip tie the USB cable that provides it power when it's turned off, because it's battery operated. It has to charge. The USB cable goes down to the USB ports on the power strip down here on the bottom level. So it's sort of an integrated, complete system I have figured out here. And it's not that fancy. It's not really worth making a video just about that, but it's an organizational system that I've devised, the Tower of Power, for putting all my stuff into, and it works with neat little compact adjustable lights instead of having to make room for a lamp, and it works with these hooks really well. I don't know if these hooks were designed to work with it. They happen to go really well with it, and then I can hang all of my different peripherals and PC stuff in easy reach. And it looks slick. It looks like it was designed to go together and work that way, although not, to my knowledge it wasn't. Okay, I've already been talking about it too long. This is going to sound weird, but if you're depressed, look around you. Is all your shit on the floor? That might be part of it. Getting your shit up off the floor is bound to make you feel at least a little bit better. It worked for me. Now, not everything in life can be that simple, but some things are. Like, put your shit in an organizer. If you don't know how to solve your other problems, like, this is something that is pretty straightforward. It's something physical you can do that will at least get you closer. That's all for this time. Sorry again that there's not more to show. I don't want to drill any holes in the habitat shell until I have the stainless steel nuts and bolts in hand. So I know exactly what diameter they are, what drill bit to use, and all that. I don't want to really do anything permanent, anything irreversible to the habitat shell before I know exactly what I'm doing and with what tools. Otherwise, I'll have to buy a new one and basically start over. I do want to say happy Halloween to everyone out there. I hope you enjoyed the holiday. I hope you went to some parties and had fun with your families. Thanks to everybody who supported the Indiegogo for my book, by the way. There's going to be another book by me launched next October. They're trying to make it sort of an annual recurring thing. I am still streaming. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, starting 7:30 Pacific time. Mostly indie horror jank, which is perfect for October, but I do it all year round. Also some Minecraft. I'll keep you updated on Twitter about the kittens and how they're growing until, of course, they reach about 6 weeks. I've already found homes for them all. I think their names are going to be all G names. Goblin, Gremlin, Gizmo, and Grumpus. I wanted Godzilla, but Twitter voted against me. They vetoed me on that one. Once again, in between videos, you can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Hampture, Hampture. I would love to grow my audience on there. I'm always trying to dip my finger in a bunch of different pies and spin as many plates at the same time as I can, because you kind of have to do that these days. Until next time, this is Hamdad, signing off.